like the heat, that is. If you don't, probably the beach is the place to be with those refreshing sea breezes, because inland it's hotting up again. We peaked midweek at 36 degrees and we could be pushing those sorts of values this weekend. So some local record temperatures could be broken. We'll keep you posted. As I say, changes in store, and there are downsides to the heat. One is that we have a high pollution index today, and that's likely to continue over the weekend with the air just so stagnant. We've also got some patches of coastal fog, some stagnant cloud around. Also, as you can see, a fair lot of cloud around through Lincolnshire and East Anglia right now, but that's hopefully going to clear away. So apart from a little bit of patchy fog lapping on shore to the Northern Isles, the North Sea coast, also the eastern Northern Ireland, and just recently some sea fog at Brighton, coming and going really. I think for many a hot and sunny afternoon. But that cloud could take the next few hours to clear away from the north of Norfolk and Lincolnshire. But once it does so, temperatures here will join in with the rest of the country in the high 20s, low 30s, 33 probably the high today. That's a degree up on yesterday, but more refreshing around the coast with those sea breezes, except where we have the fog, a dull and cool 19 here. And the heat, if anything, well, as you can see, strengthening in southern parts over the weekend. But here's the change. It will get eventually much fresher for Scotland and Northern Ireland this weekend. Temperatures back down to near average. But be it 22 or 32, the sun just as strong, not just today, but for all of us. And it's certainly going to be a hot evening if you're heading off to watch the British Grand Prix taking place at Crystal Palace. The athletics here, and the athletes, I think, having quite a lot of heat to cope with, and a lot of heat for all of us to cope with once again tonight. Quite uncomfortable. I've certainly been finding it quite unpleasant sleeping, and a very similar tonight with high humidities, which means we dawn on a similar note tomorrow morning. Quite a bit of mist and fog around, I think, again, as we had this morning. Perhaps a few more dense patches around, but they should burn back to the coast quite readily. Always the risk of some coastal fog, but here's the change. More cloud for western Scotland and Northern Ireland, bringing some shower outbreaks of rain, even the odd heavy bursts through the day. So quite a change on recent days here. Perhaps the odd rumble of...
Perhaps across western Scotland and also Northern Ireland, somewhat brighter, drier conditions with more pleasant temperatures. But the main problem, as our Met Office weather warning shows, is scattered thunderstorms across parts of northern England for the next few hours, some torrential downpours of rain and some very dangerous driving conditions indeed. Now, we haven't seen the last of those storms either, because down in the southwest, another line of showery outbreaks of rain started to get through. They could well turn out to be thundery as we move through the afternoon, as well as one or two moving into the home counties, bumping into some very high temperatures during the course of the afternoon. Much fresher conditions for Northern Ireland and western Scotland. Here we're looking at around 21 or 22 as a maximum temperature. But in the southeast already we're a degree or so higher than yesterday, so we could well equal the record high temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. It does cool down, and by the time we get to lunchtime tomorrow, that weather front's still around, producing a few spots of rain here and there, gradually moving out of the way, and with high pressure coming back, it should be a fine week with a good deal of dry weather. A brisk northwest wind on Wednesday will lower the temperatures, and that high pressure staying with us all the way through to the end of the week, perhaps a breakdown as we move into next weekend. Now the winds, well, they're mainly light to start with, but I think by the time we get to Wednesday, quite a fresh northwesterly breeze setting in for most of the United Kingdom, lowering the temperatures. So we will see cooler conditions. Perhaps the highest temperatures will be in southern parts of England, and here they will be above average all the way through this week ahead. Now tonight there's a few thunderstorms around and still quite humid, much fresher conditions to the northwest, and here lower temperatures, 7 to 9 degrees. And then tomorrow still a lot of cloud across a large part of central and eastern England, but brighter, drier, fresher conditions moving in from the Atlantic. So Northern Ireland, a good part of Scotland, most of West Wales and the southwest England, seeing more in the way of sunshine, and it'll feel somewhat more comfortable. Look at the difference in temperature in the southeast, 25 in the home counties. By Tuesday, somewhat warmer. Still a risk of some patchy rain moving into parts of northern Scotland, and breezy here as well. As a result, a lot cooler. That'll move out of the way, and by the time we get to Wednesday, it's a largely fine story with a good deal of sunshine, just 1 or 2 showers across the northern half of the British Isles. By Thursday, well, the picture shows it all really. A lot of fine, sunny weather to come, not as hot, and by Friday, the risk of some patchy rain moving in from the southwest.